Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk. You me funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bayley joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! Look, the Royal Rumble is right around the corner, and it kicks off the road to WrestleMania that's going to be in Las Vegas this year. But tickets on sale today for the epic event going down on February the 1st. Tickets available on Ticketmaster. What better way to talk about the Royal Rumble than to have a former Royal Rumble winner, previous winner, a multiple-time women's champion, women's tag team champion, Money in the Bank winner, surefire Hall of Famer, one of the founding four horsewomen that changed women's wrestling forevermore. Bayley is here. Bayley, how are you?
Whoa, you're in competition of, the last guy that just did an introduction. That was a pretty good one. I think,
I'm in the ranking.
listing all my accomplishments, really boosts my ego.
Well, it should, because you've done so much. I mean, look, winning the Royal Rumble, I think for any person who enters into the WWE universe has to be the goal, because you're going to main event WrestleMania, but also the Royal Rumble. What I find is it's always everyone's like, people always characterize it as, oh, it's my favorite show of the year. Of course, yeah. WrestleMania is the grandest stage, but the Royal Rumble is so much fun.
Yeah, I always think about that. For one, like the Royal Rumble was one of my favorite shows. So there wasn't the Women's Royal Rumble, so it's not like there was ever really a goal of like, oh, I want to win the Royal Rumble one day. But it was always one of my favorite shows because it's so exciting, that you never know who's going to walk out next. You never know, like, if there's going to be a new debut, if there's going to be a big return. But for some reason, every time they count down the clock, it's exciting. Like, it never loses its excitement, even though nowadays we see two of them. So, like, it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but everybody's in on it together. And, wrestling's always kind of like that when you come to a WWE show. Everyone's in this together. But, like, it's exciting for us as much as it is for the fans. And now that we have these women's ones and they're consistent and they're consistently stealing the show, in my opinion, they're consistently making, core memories for people. I think it's awesome to know that now women that want to be here can have that goal. Well,
and winning, though, the Royal Rumble. I mean, the Women's Royal Rumble, there's been several. I think it was 2019 may have been the first one, somewhere around that era. But winning it, that had to feel, because you get the whole thing. You get the sign, you get the whole celebration. Yeah. And then now knowing I got this match and, at this last year in Philadelphia coming up, right? It must have been such a great moment.
There's so many emotions, and it's a whole thing of like, just help me get through this match and help me, like, I just wanted it to be perfect. I wanted everybody to feel every emotion possible. Being able to point at that sign was so hard to do it with a straight face and not just break down crying, and there's a cool picture that somebody took with WWE of like me pointing at the sign, which is, the picture that everybody wants and the fireworks in the back and everything. but everybody in the background was pointing at the sign with me. And I don't know, I'm sure it's happened before, but I don't remember seeing a picture like that where every fan in the back was pointing at the sign with me. And that was a crazy moment. And then there's the whole, like, once it's done, it's like, okay, please let me stay healthy all the way to WrestleMania. Like, oh my God, please. Like, I didn't want to wrestle at all. I didn't want to have any matches. I'm like, let me just get to WrestleMania. So there's so much that goes into it, but man, it went like a fairy tale for me.
Yeah, that's when after you win and you don't want to get hurt, you implement that one bump max rule. Look, I'm doing one.
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Better make it count.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you never want to get hurt. There's never a good time to get hurt, but then you really don't want to get hurt when you win the Royal Rumble and you're heading to WrestleMania.
Not only have you been a women's champion in WWE, you've also been a champion for the women, whether it be pushing for the women's tag team championships. And even today, I mean, I remember after your WrestleMania victory, coming out with the Jada Stone T-shirt on to shine a light on independent women's wrestling at the time. Now that there's the introduction of the Women's U.S. Championship, a secondary title for the women to compete after, is that something that you would push for as well? Similar to the tag team championships, is that something that you would drop in the ear of, either Triple H or Pritchard or anybody, be like, hey, what would be really great to have this other women's championship?
I didn't push for it as much as I did the women's tag titles. Like those tag titles, we were at the door every single week. We had pitches, we had teams together. We were there every single week for months. Like that, I can fully say that we were, like we're the ones who made it happen. Like we weren't stopping until it happened. But with this one, it's more of ones that I would say in interviews. And that's only because I believe that we can carry a secondary title like that. I believe the division is ready for it, but I also wanted to see the women's tag titles grow as well. Like it was hard to say I want another title when I still think there's so much work to be done with the tag titles. So it was hard to say, let's have another one when this one still needs to be watered a little bit. But right now I feel like it's in a really good place. Jade Cargill and Bianca are really elevating those titles, and we have so many great tag teams that I feel like if the women get an opportunity and they're put in a tag team picture, their focus is tag team wrestling, and it's very different than singles wrestling. But it's a very big, important part of the show right now. And that's my kudos to Bianca and Jade for really pushing that on the company and on the fans.
Well, no, they've done a fantastic job with it. I'm really excited to see what happens with that Women's U.S. Championship. And as we know, the NXT Women's Division is on fire right now again, and it's great to see. Last question for you. You've been in the Royal Rumble. You've watched the Royal Rumble. Do you have a greatest surprise return that for you? Is there one that stands out where you're like, this is my favorite Royal Rumble moment? For me, it was Edge coming back in 2020. Being there at the Minute Maid Park in Houston was incredible. Do you have one?
Man. So I'm really bad at remembering moments right on the spot like that. That's a very good one. But I think I'm, just because it's the freshest in my mind, I'm going to have to say Naomi last year. Just because she's such a close friend of mine, and I know what she had been through to get to that point. And I was excited for her, but I was really excited for the fans. Like, I think they were just ready for her to be back in the WWE. So that's probably my favorite one off the top of my head right now.
Well, Royal Rumble tickets on sale via Ticketmaster February the 1st. It's right around the corner. Bayley, thank you so much. Let's see if you can do back-to-back like Shawn Michaels and Cody Rhodes. Win them back-to-back. Who knows what can happen. But we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.